Hi, Year 4, Mrs. Morris here again. I'm here to help you get started with your English for Wednesday today, and you can find all of this information in the document attached, or you can rewatch the video at any time if you're feeling a bit wobbly or a bit stuck. So today we are composing a short piece of descriptive writing based on seeing a mysterious door. Now, I think some of you have already got some fantastic ideas about what's going to be behind your doors and what sort of adventures you're going to write about. But today we're looking at what a mysterious door might look like through the eyes of your character. And to do this, we'll be using a simple opener. Now, what that means is a very simple starting sentence to drop your reader straight into the action. So I've given you a couple of examples here below. Samantha stared, Ali hesitated. A couple of really easy ways to just get the reader interested and start the story straight away. So you might already have a name in mind for your character, and you might have an idea about how they're going to start getting drawn towards their mysterious portal door. So here are the tools that I'd like you to use today, and these are some of the ones that I used as well in the example I'm going to show you. Now, you can use this idea of boxing up. Now, you're all familiar with the idea of boxing up because we've done it before when we did our Rags to Riches stories. You all did a fantastic job at kind of getting all of those really good ideas down and how you wanted your story to start, and then you can use it to help your story progress later on. So first job today then, guys, is to show the setting through the eyes of the main character. And I'll give you some examples of that in a second, but relate back to the ones I just gave you. For example, Ali hesitated would be a good start. Describe the door in 2 sentences. Think back to those wonderful pictures you drew. Okay, now some of you drew quite ancient looking doors, wardrobe doors, doors in trees, some of you did. And I seem to remember some very colourful doors as well. So think back, get your pictures back out again to have a look. And again, feel free at any point to change the door that you're going to use for your portal. It doesn't have to be the one that you did for your pictures. It might be that you decided to do something different. That's absolutely fine. So just 2 sentences here describing the door, and then some more detail about the door. Now I can remember some of you had flowers around the door or rusty hinges around the door. So we'll talk about a bit more about that detail in a second. Include an adverb to hint about how your main character might be feeling. And we'll go through some examples together in a second, but we did do some adverb work in week 4, so hopefully you'll be feeling quite confident as your character perhaps nervously approaches your portal. And again, guys, we're revisiting the use of pattern of 3 to advance the action. Remember, 3 short, sharp parts to your sentence, which makes your reader really drawn into your writing. So let's give you an example here. Okay, could have Ali hesitated, but we could also have Miles stared. Miles stared. There in front of the desk was an unfamiliar door. Its metallic panels were reflective and highly polished. That's quite an interesting sentence there because it's unfamiliar door. So perhaps the portal door has appeared and it wasn't there before. And then the detail part. So where you got the 2 sentences here, there in front of the door was there in front of the desk was an unfamiliar door. Its metallic panels were reflective and highly polished. Then you can move on slightly and describe the door in a little bit more detail. Nuts and bolts lined every side of the door. Instead of a handle, there was a smooth black panel which flashed slowly like an eye blinking. Good one to use here is nervously. Good adverb to use is nervously, because if the door is unfamiliar, our character Miles is going to be a little bit nervous that his portal door has just appeared in what is normally a familiar setting. And then our pattern of 3. Miles gazed all around him, took a deep breath and stepped forwards. So can you see we've got 1, 2 and 3 to advance the action in our story. So you can use that approach as well today. So you've got a template to use on the Home Learning Hub to try and break down that introduction, that first part of your portal story. But keep it simple. You don't have to be writing masses, but try and think, particularly when we are doing our description of the door and the detail and our pattern of 3, try and use some really rich vocab in there so that you can then develop that and move on with our writing when we are ready to start writing our stories in full. So I hope this helps Year 4. You can replay this video at any time if you wish, and also there's a handout with the same information there for you on the Home Learning Hub. Get in touch and let us know what you come up with. See you later.